I'm going to say something nobody in personal finance will admit. Saving money is not hard because you lack discipline. It's hard because the moment money hits your account, it's already spoken for. And the advice, budget better, cut spending, invest early, was written by people who never had to choose between filling up their gas tank and buying groceries. So if you've ever felt like the system wasn't built for you, you were right. It wasn't. But there's one habit that works regardless of your income, regardless of how inconsistent your paychecks are, and regardless of how many times you've tried and failed before. And it starts with just $10. Here's what's actually going on out there right now. Nearly half of young adults are living paycheck to paycheck, not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because the system makes it incredibly easy to spend and almost impossible to build any kind of momentum. People try budgeting apps, spreadsheets, and promises like, I'll start saving next month. But here's the fatal flaw in almost every piece of financial advice you've ever heard. It assumes your income is stable. And for millions of people, it's not. Freelancers, gig workers, side hustlers. One week you make $300, the next week $1,200, and the week after that almost nothing. Your income looks less like a salary and more like a heart monitor during a panic attack. So when someone tells you to follow the 50/30/20 rule, it sounds great until you realize that for many people it's more like 95% for survival and 5% hoping nothing breaks this month. When you force yourself into a system that was never built for your reality, you fail. And then you decide you're just bad with money. But the truth is most people don't fail at saving because they lack discipline. They fail because they're using a system designed for someone completely different. That's why the $10 habit works. Because instead of fighting the math, it works with your psychology. The rule is almost stupidly simple. Every single time money comes into your life, you save $10. Not sometimes. Not when you feel motivated. Every time. Paycheck, save $10. Side hustle payment, $10. Sold something online, $10. Someone sends you money, $10. That's the whole rule. And I know what you're thinking. $10? That's nothing. But the $10 habit isn't about the $10. It's about breaking a pattern that's been running on autopilot your entire life. Right now, most people's relationship with money looks like this. Money comes in, money disappears, balance goes back to zero, repeat forever. Your brain gets wired to that cycle. It becomes a default. But the moment you introduce one small, consistent action into that loop, something shifts. Now the pattern becomes, money comes in, $10 moves to savings, then spending happens. That tiny interruption sends a signal to your brain, I'm someone who saves. And over time, that identity becomes automatic. Here's exactly how to start today. Open a brand new savings account. Not tomorrow. Right now. Most banks let you do it online in about 5 minutes. Start at zero and give it a name that actually means something to you. Freedom Fund, Safety Net, Finally Not Broke, whatever resonates. That name creates an emotional anchor. Every time you see it, you remember what you're building. Next, choose your trigger. Decide exactly when the $10 gets saved. Every paycheck? Every time you receive $100 or more. If you freelance, maybe your rule is any day you earn $150 or more, $10 goes to saving. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be clear. Then, and this part matters, don't automate it. I know that sounds backward. Every finance expert says set it and forget it. But for this habit, the manual transfer is the point. When you physically move that $10 yourself, your brain connects the action to the reward. You watch the number go up, and that tiny win creates a feedback loop. Finally, track it. Once a week, open the account and watch the number climb. $10 becomes $30. $30 becomes $80. $80 becomes $200. That visible progress becomes addictive in the best possible way. There are 4 reasons the system actually sticks when everything else fails. First, simplicity. Your brain is already overloaded. The last thing it needs is percentage calculations on unpredictable income. $10 requires zero math. You just know the rule. Second, visible progress. Every deposit feels meaningful when you're starting from zero. Watching the number rise creates momentum. Third, flexibility. This money isn't locked away. When something unexpected happens, and it will, you have a buffer. And once you rebuild after using it, the process gets easier because the habit already exists. Fourth, identity. If you've struggled with money for years, you've probably built a story in your head. I'm bad with money. I can't save. I always mess this up. But the moment you start saving consistently, even just $10, that story starts to break. You're no longer someone who can't save. You're someone who does. And identity drives behavior. Think about what this really creates. Someone follows a $10 habit for 7 months and saves a little over $1,000. That's not retirement money. It's not life-changing wealth. But one night, they go out to dinner with friends and, for the first time in years, they don't check their bank account before ordering. They don't do mental math while looking at the menu. They just order. That's what financial breathing room feels like. Small freedom, but real freedom. And that freedom compounds. When you're not in survival mode, you make better decisions. You take smarter risks. You invest in skills and tools. You say no to bad opportunities because you can afford to. Breathing room is where real financial progress begins. Think of it in levels. Level 1, build a $10 habit and prove to yourself you can do it consistently. Level 2, increase the amount on good weeks. $20, $30, $50, whatever feels right. Level 3, build your first real emergency fund with a target of $2,000. That covers most common emergencies without debt. Level 4, expand to 3 months of living expenses. Add up your essentials, multiply by 3, and that's your real security buffer. It may take a year or longer. That's okay. You're not racing anyone. You're building something that lasts. Here's how it plays out in real life. Someone starts the $10 habit in January. By December, they've saved over $1,100. During that same year, 3 things go wrong: car repairs, a cracked phone, and a vet bill. They use $600 from savings to cover it all and still end the year with money left in the account. No new debt. Now compare that to someone who saved nothing. Same problems, same year, but every emergency goes on a credit card, and now they're carrying debt plus interest into the next year. Same life, same problem, completely different outcome. The $10 habit won't make you rich overnight. That's not what it's for. But if you're starting from zero, if you've tried to save before and it never stuck, this is how you build real momentum. Because the difference between having zero saved and having $500 isn't just $500. It's the difference between panic and peace, between feeling trapped and feeling like you can handle life when it throws something at you. Right now, millions of people can't cover a $400 emergency without going into debt. You don't have to stay in that group. Start with $10. Build the habit. Watch it grow. And do it today, not next week, not when things calm down, not when you're making more money. Today. If this video hit different, if something here actually made you think, do me one small favor. Hit the thumbs up button right now. It takes 1 second and helps this reach someone else who needs to hear it. And if you want more no-fluff strategies on building real financial stability from scratch, subscribe. No get-rich-quick nonsense. No advice designed for people who already have money. Just simple habits that actually work for real people. And drop a comment below. Are you going to try the $10 habit? How much do you have saved right now? Be honest. No judgment here. Everyone starts somewhere. See you in the next one.